Is that any better? Hello, Southern Outlaw. Any, 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Okay, I'm showing that I'm getting sound. Do you guys hear me now? Okay, got a thumbs up from Southern Outlaw Drones. Good morning, the classics are ace. How are you today? Southern Outlaw Drones, good morning. Grumpy, good morning again. I just sent out the link, guys, for if you're watching. Today we're going to have Rick Halber on here. I hope, at least he's supposed to. He's going to be doing the Vegemite taste test. We started this a couple of weeks ago. It started with me. Of course, it's been done on YouTube before. I know Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger. He tried it as well as 400 AGL, and we're picking it up. Good morning, Drone Bum. How you doing, Paul? Glad you could be here. But anyway, so hopefully Rick will pop in here in a little bit, and I'm waiting for some others. But and we'll probably have our usuals. That would be Jim Boyd and Peter Carroll. I don't think Matt North's going to be able to be on the stream today. He is working. He sent me a note. Beautiful day today. And for those of you that were watching the Saturday morning live stream, I do apologize for my time period. I was having connection issues. YouTube saw fit to change the RTMP address on me overnight. I checked it last night like I always do. It was good then, but this morning, and of course, I didn't find out until, the sun was already up. So, yeah, Paul, you do have to watch now. I saw you. But anyway, I do apologize that I didn't make my liftoff time. It happens, technical issues happen all the time. And last week when I was in Texas, I was having the same problem, only it was a connection problem, but I couldn't find the right kind of cable to go onto my controller to connect my controller to my iPad. I was using my Spark, and I had left the cable not GTO, but there's that little cable that you plug into your controller, and you can connect a USB into it. And Paul, what is that called? GTO. Anyway, OTG. Thank you, Jim. Hey, Jim, check your email. Peter, check your email. Drone Life RC, good morning. How you doing today, my friend? I'm still waiting for some people to pop in here. I believe I sent the email out. Let me check to make sure. Yep, it says it got sent, but it is what it is, right? But anyway, again, Mrs. RC, good morning. How are you doing today? If you would like to join the stream, I believe I sent a link to Eric, but I think you look at that too, and I see that Peter Carroll is backstage, so I am going to bring him in. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? Chat's up.
Good morning, Rodney.
Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Great, thanks.
One of us.
Great, thanks.
It's fixed now. All better. I am just full of technical difficulties this morning.
So can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, no worries.
But there's still that echo. And I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I've got YouTube muted on my end.
Yeah, it's muted on my end too, but somewhere.
I had a similar problem with Claude the other day on this. So it was getting a bit of echo, and it went away when I put the headphones in. So I might try that. Might try swapping over to the headphones, see if that makes any difference.
All right. Meanwhile, I'm going to bring in Jimbo and Mrs. RC. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, Jim. How are you two today?
Good morning. What'd you have? It changed your
Yeah,
review
they changed the RTMP on me.
Right, the code.
And of course, I didn't discover it until about 10 minutes after my time to go up, you know.
It's such a pain changing those numbers too.
Yeah. So, Tiff, how are you doing, girl?
Been busy.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to make you a little bit busier.
Well, it's starting to slow down, but I actually have to work today. Kind of waiting for it to warm up a little bit.
Gonna add Lloyd.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Lloyd, looky here, buddy.
I see that.
Looky here.
Oh man, you're going all
Lloyd
out.
Mendenhall
Wow.
there.
How y'all doing?
Doing
Hey,
all right.
Lloyd. Hi again, Jim.
It looks like Jim's talking to someone.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who he's
And
talking.
hi to Mrs. RC.
Hello, Mrs. RC. How you doing?
Yeah. Hey.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Rick Halbert in here hopefully pretty soon.
Come already, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's going to do the Vegemite challenge.
Just sitting all around.
Taste test. See how it is.
Oh,
I thought I had some chats here somewhere.
got a question of whether to go sit on a line to go get sandbags filled or just dig up the damn yard and fill the bags ourselves.
That might be the better way to do it.
Like I said, I showed you the trench system we have here, you know? And I dug a trench from the backyard down to the street because we don't have gutters that direct the water flow. So that water is going to go, you know, with 7 inches of rain is going to go right into my septic tank. There's another $300 to pump out.
Oh my goodness. So, hey, I want to say hi to a couple of people. Awesome Epic Adventures, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Drone Life RC, good morning. Drone Bum, good morning again. And
Oh, he's been everywhere this morning.
who, Paul?
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have the day off, which is rare.
I was surprised to see Lloyd up because we were talking around midnight or whatever it was. It was after midnight, wasn't it, Lloyd?
Oh yeah. I last time I looked at the clock was about 3:30, about
Yeah.
3 o'clock, I guess, and so I went to sleep. Well, Judy's gone to sleep real early and was doing good, and man, I heard her up and she sounded pretty rough. And we have this little dog, and she can jump up in the bed, but she's 10, almost 11 years old, and she suddenly has decided that now she'll sit at the foot of the bed and whine and see if we'll get up. As soon as we get up, she jumps in the friggin' bed. So Judy had gotten up, and Judy's been having problems breathing. So she gets up, and I hear something that sounded like a freight train, locomotive. Like what in God's name? And she's over there breathing like a freight train. It's like, oh my God! So I had to get up and give her oxygen and all that. But yeah, so I had a couple hours sleep. I'm doing good.
Yeah, welcome Manic to the screen to the panel.
Hey, Trevor.
Crikey!
Crikey.
Good evening, Trevor.
How you going, Peter?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you.
How you going, Mrs. RC, Tiffany? And how you
I'm
going,
good.
Lord?
I'm good.
That's good.
Rodney, I missed what
And
you
Jim?
said about Rick. Morning, Trevor. Thanks for stopping by on my channel this morning.
No worries.
He's gonna Rick Halber is going to be doing the taste test.
I know he's been ill. And
Yeah, and I'm not going to hold him to it if he's not feeling up to it, and I've told him that.
yeah.
And especially Vegemite too. If you're not feeling well, it's probably
Yeah,
best not to because it's salty.
I haven't seen him in the chat yet, so he may have fallen asleep, back to sleep. I mean, let's face it, that guy gets up, or he doesn't even go to bed for our Saturday and Sunday live streams.
It's beyond dedication, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, talk about above and beyond.
He really does. I mean, he's everywhere. He's always supporting. So it's ridiculously quiet here. It looks like a beautiful day that you would, normally expect.
So my understanding is, what's that storm's name? Dorian
Dorian, yeah.
is going to be hitting your area around Tuesday. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what they changed it to now, yeah. Category 4 on Tuesday.
Geez, I checked it last night, and it just turned Category 3.
It's moving at
It's also
10
very-
miles an hour. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's building up speed and steam. It's just building up power. That's
Yeah.
And then if it hangs over, even if it's a Category 2 or 3, and it just hangs there, that's when you're going to get the huge flooding and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Tiff?
What?
What were you going to say?
I said it also veered directions.
Oh, okay. Because as this StreamYards, we sometimes overlap each other's conversation.
Did they move? Did it move? Change course more northerly?
They're hoping it'll skim
Yep.
up the coast.
Well, I want you all to keep it down there, Jim. You guys keep that hurricane down there. We don't need it up here.
Well, Georgia will be getting some of it either way. Because that thing's going out 200 miles,
Yeah.
at least the tropical storm winds, but it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, it says the way it's looking right now, it's going to hit Category 4 just as it comes in, but it looks like the eye is just going to skim the edge of the coast and head right on up to Georgia and South Carolina.
The nice thing is, once it hits land,
Yeah, it's good.
it slows right down to, goes down in categories quickly.
Yeah, most of our storms do that here in Australia. They soon, but sometimes they go back out to the ocean, and then swell back to the land again.
Yeah, pick up strength again. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've had that too. For an added treat, right?
yeah. Just like we didn't do enough damage the first time, here we go again.
Have another try. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like this spring we had this massive flooding here, and I guess good Lord was seeing how entertained he could be and threw in about 5 tornadoes in 2 days.
Well, that's Oklahoma, though.
Yeah, it is Oklahoma. Yeah. a lot of people didn't realize how bad the flooding was down here because, it was bad up in Tulsa, but they didn't realize how bad it got here because the river that flooded up in Tulsa comes down here along with two other rivers that flooded two other places. They all three met right here. That's
Well,
why
yeah. I mean, don't you have like the Grand River,
the Grand,
the
the Arkansas, and the
and the
Verdigris. Yep.
and all three of them merge right there in the Muskogee area?
Yeah. Well, that's right out there where my son's boat was at. That's called Three Forks Landing because that's where the rivers meet. And yeah, that it's just like with the hurricanes; those things come in, and it spawns tornadoes. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live. I didn't like the tornadoes the first time I experienced one of those here in Oklahoma. I thought, nah, I think I need to move.
Well, I grew up there, so
Yeah.
I kind of got used to them. In fact, I remember when I was a kid, there was one that came in over Tulsa, and the sirens were going off, and I was standing out in my yard looking up, and I could just see where it was beginning to form. Unfortunately, it moved on about a mile down before it actually touched down. So where I lived, I was okay, but
Right.
just seeing it form up is something that's unimaginable.
Yeah, the first one I experienced here in Muskogee, I'd seen a couple up in Colorado where I grew up, but the first one down here, I was up on a phone pole. I was installing people's cable, and I'm up on this phone pole hooking it up, and the sirens go off, and I look over the distance from where I was at, and I see this thing dropping down. Man, I never got off a phone pole so fast. I don't think I touched anything on the way down. I just dropped. Because that whole pole was just bending too, because the wind was picking up. Like, I run in the house and these people had just moved to Oklahoma. I said, "You got a basement?" "Yeah." I said, "Go to it," because tornado sirens just went off. I said, "You'll get your cable tomorrow."
So, Rick Halber just popped in. So I'm gonna back out, and I'm gonna pop him in. And whenever he's ready to do the taste test, then I'll just sit back and watch, and you guys can critique it.
Why don't you put him in and back me out? I need to go check on Judy.
Okay, I can do
All right.
that.
All right, be right back.
All righty. Morning, Rick.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you feeling today, brother?
A little better every day, getting better.
Good, good. So you get yourself all set up?
I think so.
All right. Well, before you can start whenever you want, but before you do, in any case, I want to say hi to Rod Piker Drones UK. He's stopping in to say hello. Hope you're having a good day there, Mr. Piker. And let's see, Dean popped in. Miko Ghost, the old codger, Artco Drone Solutions. Art, welcome to the chat. Matt North just popped into the chat. I think he's still working, but he's going to be watching, Rick, to make sure that you do it the right way. And I haven't seen Daddy of 13 in here, but one of his daughters is having a baby today.
Yeah, I think he's at the hospital.
Really?
So he is probably busy with that, but once Rick gets done today, he's going to send it to Daddy of 13, and practically his whole family is going to be doing the taste test.
Oh, I know, it's crazy.
That's going to be epic.
Yeah, I think Daddy of 13 said he was heading off to the hospital in one of the earlier chats.
Yeah, I think it was in Les's chat.
Yeah,
It'd
that's
be a
right.
breeze for him, wouldn't it?
So I asked him via email yesterday or last night if this was his first grandkid, because I told him if it's his first grandkid, then he needs to change his handle to Daddy of 13, Grandpa 21.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
Oh no.
That'll be the first of many, many grandkids too, by the looks of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Rick, I don't know how they talked you into this, but Matt North keeps trying to get me into it.
Well, I try to get you into it too.
I know.
Marines were tougher than that.
We're tough when it counts.
So,
Guess we might as well do it.
yeah.
What do you want?
Well, hang on a minute. Let me.
Right.
I'm going to back out and I'm going to watch. I want to bring Lloyd in here because you know he's a good critiquer. So let me.
I've
Thank you.
got my Vegemite avatar set up there now, so
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Pete, well done.
All right. What do I need to do first?
Put some on your finger.
a little bit on the finger, I think, first.
Yeah. Put it on your finger.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Not that much?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's heaps there. That's heaps there.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about
Yeah,
right.
you don't want to do a filly.
What he means is Philly Mike did way too much of that on
He
the
did way too much, and I wouldn't recommend if he's feeling a bit off colour.
You got water or soda, Rick?
I got some tea here. That's pretty good
Tea,
stuff.
tea would be good.
What?
Tea would be right.
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
See, he's screwing his face up a little bit.
Yeah. And that's the taste that stays with you for the rest of the day.
You get your
Now,
money's
you got
worth.
any toast?
Toast?
Yeah, have you got any?
I got toast. Yeah.
Yeah, toast with a bit of butter or something on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way of eating
Yeah.
it. With
Put
you need
put
some
just
nice
about the
butter.
same
on it.
amount on there, and then spread it out.
Oh, go easy now. Go
Yeah,
easy.
Go easy.
Yeah.
Jeez, Rick. He's squeezing that tube like
I
it's
saw
mustard.
that.
Yeah, don't do it too much.
Yeah.
Because even us Aussies don't have it too much.
Oh.
Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
Oh my God.
Do that.
It's Mikey in here.
Jesus. Sardines?
Oh.
Oh my God. Okay, that's.
I hope you got a bottle of Tums.
Oh, he's got sardines
Got a
too.
trash can nearby.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
he's devoted.
So,
Oh,
never tried that combination.
No,
Yes.
see how it
sardines
works.
and-
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Leave some for tomorrow. Jeez.
Rick is very devoted. That's the only word I can use.
Okay, you had enough.
It's caught up with him, yeah.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, well
Done
done.
well.
Well done. Yeah, I'll give you.
Make sure you drink some tea.
Yep.
Enjoy the tea afterwards. Make sure you do, because it will come back and hit you.
Come back and get you.
Yeah, so make sure you have something to drink.
I forgot I was sitting at my desk and had my sound machine over
That's
here. I should have had.
Well, that was incredible.
Oh,
I did
Rod-
it on the spam, but I couldn't have done the sardines. I did not. That was it.
Yeah. Rodney, come back in and give your reaction and take me out. Come on in, Rodney.
I forgot the hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I did it with hot sauce and you need
I had the sardines with the hot sauce, and I tried one, and I couldn't take it.
yeah.
Rick, you're insane, brother.
Sardines are
You
like,
added them sardines, and I said, not even I will go there.
no.
Excuse me for 1 second. Gotta let the dog out.
Sure, it's letting the dog
That's
out.
one way of saying it.
Oh my gosh.
Who let the dog out?
And
Let the
he
dog
pulled
out.
that can of sardines, and I'm like, ah, he's a glutton.
He is.
And he forgot the hot sauce. He's
And
there.
still
Oh
eating
my God, he's doing it again.
it. He likes it.
Oh,
Dead fish and beer poop.
good job, Rick
That's it.
Albert. Good job.
All right, Rick. I think you're the overall winner. I mean,
So far,
so far he's
Can't beat Philly.
He's done well.
he has,
I didn't know he could top Philly.
well,
Yeah.
as soon as he added the sardines, he did.
He
Just
did.
not
He top
knocking
Philly. I didn't think anyone could top Philly.
Yeah.
I've done it with spam and ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and that's as
Yeah,
That one I don't think I
Whoa,
could
whoa,
do.
whoa, whoa, wait a minute. You put Vegemite on chocolate ice cream?
on a cracker
Mhm.
with
On
hot
a cracker.
with hot
Chocolate
sauce.
ice cream with Vegemite on a cracker.
With
See, the
hot
worst
sauce.
thing is with doing that,
With hot
putting
sauce.
Yeah.
putting cold stuff with Vegemite makes it
Oh my
really
God. I didn't see that one.
claggy.
It
Claggy.
makes it makes it
Yeah.
thick and slimy.
Yes.
It sticks to the roof of your mouth, and then you
Right.
can't get the taste out for hours. Yeah, that was well, when I first started, I did that first one on my channel a long time ago because my friend in Grant Smith, Mr. Stay Drunk, that comes in, he sent me that too, and so I tried that, and then I don't know, Centroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. Is it Mark? Yeah,
Mark, yeah, Mark.
yeah,
Centroid.
Centroid. He did it on his show one night, and he did it with chocolate. I can't remember. He put it on a cracker. Well, somebody challenged me to do it with hot sauce, so I did it with hot sauce and the cracker. And he did it with chocolate. So the next week, I did it with chocolate and hot sauce. And then because I knew that Centroid could not stand spam, I even did a little shot where I filmed cooking the spam, and then I put it on the cracker live and ate it.
Oh, I think I did see that one.
Yeah, and but I didn't have any chocolate, so I used ice cream. That was not a good choice.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee, so I'm gonna bring Jim Boyd back in. So you guys carry on.
Yeah, but sardines, there's no way.
It was my understanding it was already salty enough, Lloyd.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
some salt to it.
It does. Yeah, it's salty. Yeah, but it's really good, like on some buttered toast, and put just about the amount you had on your finger, Rick, and
Yeah.
spread it out all through the toast, and
Yeah.
it's really good that way.
That wasn't bad. You acquired a taste for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do,
once you-
once. Go on, Mel. Sorry.
No, I'm Lloyd. Mel's the guy with
Sorry.
the beard.
You know how it is. We get mixed up all the time. Yeah, sorry, mate.
We do so many shows together. Everybody,
That's
it's
right.
just they call him Lloyd part of the time, and
yeah.
just
Sorry,
remember,
Lord.
Mel's got the beard. I'm the one.
Yeah,
that
that's
doesn't
it.
shave much. I forgot what I was saying now.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, that's all right. That's what happens when you only get 2 hours sleep. Well, I tell you what, Rick, my hat off to you, because those sardines is just no way. And I think I'm gonna go back to bed, guys. It's too bleeding early for me because like I said, Jim, we were talking. I think saw you in the chat last night about midnight, and I've got to get up today because I got some things I actually got to do. So I got to get a couple more hours sleep. So I'm going to back out of here and let Rodney back into his show.
I'm going to try that myself, Lloyd.
Are you?
What, Vegemite? You going to try some, are you, Jim?
No, I'm going to try getting some sleep.
I knew what you meant. I was being silly.
Who's next on the Vegemite? Daddy of 13?
Yeah, Daddy of
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
And it's not only Daddy of 13, he's going to get all his kids to try it.
Oh my! I don't know if there's enough Vegemite left in that tube.
I got an extra.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna send 2 of them.
Fair enough.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
you
go.
can do it.
that's corporal punishment on those kids, isn't it?
Well, you put the rose to every cheek. 'Cause that's what the ad used to say.
Yep.
Yeah, boy, they sold that. Yeah, I look at some of those commercials, and man, that was a scam if I ever heard of it. Because they had all
Singing,
this.
dancing.
Yeah, they had all this crap left at the bottom of their beer barrels, and Daddy was drinking all the beer.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing left for Mom and the kids. Hey, we'll sell this crap. We got to get rid of it anyway, so let's just make it into something and sell it. It's good for kids.
It worked.
It
Yeah.
did work. Yeah, it became a national. It's sort of a
Icon.
national symbol. Yeah, national
That's
icon.
right. Yeah.
Mm.
'Cause I
And
know-
not many kids don't like it. They get used to it.
Yeah, I was talking to Greg Kunert last night, and he was over at his folks' house. It was earlier in the day before he started his show, and he called me, and he's eating something, and I think he was having a fruit roll or something, and can't remember what it was, but it's something you wouldn't normally put Vegemite on. And I hear his mom ask, "Would you like some Vegemite?" And just like, want some butter with that, like we would do around here,
Yeah,
some jelly
yeah.
to go with it.
Right.
You want some Vegemite? He says, "No, I'm eating this because whatever it was gluten free." So he says, "No, I'm not doing bread right now because I'm trying to do this." But it just cracked me up because that's so natural for you guys over there, putting Vegemite on there, just like we do jelly or peanut butter on our bread, our toast in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah. And that stuff will last, 15 years and still be
Yep.
good.
Yep.
So think what it does for a human if it's that good of a preservative.
No, you grease your wheels with it too.
Yeah, it does look like axle grease, doesn't it?
It does.
It really does. I opened that tube the first time that I got that in the mail, and it was a warm day, so it was really kind of runny, It came in the mail. When I opened it up, I took it in to show Judy, and I said, "Look at this! Look what Grant sent me." And she got one whiff of that, and she goes, "Oh my God, I think I'm going to hurl." She said, "Get that stuff out of here! I'm getting sick."
I don't think you can top Rick's little stunt there.
There is no
No.
way, unless you like. I wouldn't eat the sardines in the first place with
Right,
or without
right.
it. I just, that's fish bait, man.
I'm with you, man.
We call
Oh,
those shad here in
yeah.
Oklahoma. You throw a big net out there, grab in a bunch of, sardines, and put them on a hook. Get some catfish that we can eat.
When I was younger, I used to experiment with food and cooking a lot, and my family were out for the day, and so I had the kitchen to myself, and I was experimenting with sardines. All I could make with sardines, and I made it with ramen noodles and this and that, and everyone gave a taste test later. It wasn't a very good recipe, I'm telling you.
Oh.
Sardines wasn't very nice. Yes, it was horrible.
Lloyd, we'll have to put not a tariff, but an import tax on that it's so heavy that it never gets back into the United States.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've acquired a bit of a taste. Every so often I'll go in there because I've still got that tube, the first one I did. I go in there and put a little bit on toast. Like sometimes I just don't want peanut butter and jelly. I just don't want anything sweet. I don't want something that's really, and that when it's put on, just it only takes about that much, and you put it on there and spread it out. If you can, you want the toast really warm though, because that stuff when it's cold, it's
Hardens up right away.
yeah. Well, I tell you what, if it's too cold, I think it would cause an impact somewhere when it passes through. It's like solid cement. No, it's not that bad. But yeah, it's. But anyways, I gotta go. I'm gonna let Rodney have his show back. Thanks, Rodney. If you're, I know you're listening for allowing me to come in. And guys, I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah,
Okay.
catch you later, Mel.
Take
Okay,
it
what?
easy.
Lloyd.
Take it easy, Lloyd.
I did it on purpose.
Oh, okay. The old Aussie, Trevor, I'll see you, and Manic Peter, I'll see you later too.
Yeah, that's right. Get all our names wrong.
Yeah, you Australians are all alike. I can't keep you apart. And Mrs. RC, it's good seeing you again. I haven't seen you around for a while. And,
I've been busy.
you been busy?
Yes.
Yeah, you got quite a.
Housework, vehicles.
I was going to say you got quite a side. You got quite a business going on with. Rodney keeps you busy with cups and stuff like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then I had a group on Facebook add me, and I had to do a bunch of decals for them.
Okay,
Cool.
All before football season started.
Right. Yeah. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. And good show, Rick Halber. You're the top notch on this.
You
I want to know how you feel tomorrow after it, does this thing. We won't.
I put extra butter on there.
Yeah. All right, y'all take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
See you, Lord.
Bye bye.
You ate that like it was the right thing to do, Rick.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
like it's normal.
Hey, Lloyd, thanks for popping in, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on the panel. And so I hope to see you again. And I hope you have a good weekend and give Judy my best wishes. So, Rick?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I had to try to come up with something.
Yeah.
Beat Billy.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're going to be mailing that to Daddy of 13.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get it out today. If
That's
possible.
Kevin, right?
Huh?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
Kevin.
it's Kevin. Yeah, I think it's Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, yeah.
And it'll probably take a couple of weeks to get there.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
next Saturday we won't be doing any taste testing. And but unless Kevin by chance gets it early, I doubt that will happen. But
I was going to ship it out priority, but I don't know how. It still takes like 10 days.
yeah, it takes a
You never
while
know.
to get overseas. So
Going through customs and stuff.
I know when I sent T-shirts and cups to Trevor and Peter, it seemed like it took forever.
Yeah. Seemed like it.
Depends on the weight of it too.
But,
What's that?
It depends on the weight of it.
Mm. Yeah.
yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it.
The heavier it is, the longer it takes.
Tiff, one of the order, in the order that I'm getting ready to email you about, Daddy of 13, I'm sending them the whole family T-shirts. So when he gave me sizes,
Wow.
he used child sizes, like 14 child. So I don't know if that's going to be helpful to you, but
You are just so fantastic, Rodney.
Yeah.
The people that you
Yeah.
support.
hey, I look at it this way: his whole family's going to be tasting Vegemite.
I
They deserve
know.
something.
We realise that. And I take my hat
Should
off.
be a
to them.
reward.
But you were
Rodney's
so
saying there
brilliant,
should be a
so
reward
kind.
for that.
What'd you say, Trevor? I'm sorry.
I said you're so kind. It's just lovely that you think that way.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Take the
You are.
compliment.
Yeah, take the compliment.
Oh, I appreciate it. I do. I try. I try to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Oh yes.
You know,
Yes.
but there's some people like that Jim Boyd guy. He just,
I know.
no matter how you treat him, he just treats you badly all the time.
No, yesterday I saw like 5 live streams or videos, and they were all wearing Rodney Bell T-shirts.
Really?
Yeah,
That's good.
you know, there were like 2 or 3 of them were over in Europe.
Yeah, so
Emma,
so,
They are getting
Emma,
getting
yeah.
around.
And her mother, Fiona,
her mother.
in England that I've. Oh, well, Tomas, I sent a cup. Tomas O'Sullivan, I sent him a cup. He didn't want a T-shirt, but so
Well,
yeah,
that's-
I'm getting to be pretty international. I even
Yeah.
got a T-shirt and a cup in Japan. Camera drones.
Camera.
And
Yeah.
I think Art out in the chat wore his on Ken Heron's show. I think
Who did?
when Ken Heron's show, has Art got one?
Yeah,
I think
sent
he
one to
wore
Art.
his on when he was doing a Ken. No, he was doing Ken Heron blood donations on his show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was wearing it there at the blood donation.
Yeah. Speaking of Art, hey Art, you have a good weekend, brother. He's got to leave. And I want to say hello to Exploration Obsession, Les. Good morning, Mr. Crowley. Good morning. Help at Home, Jim. Good morning.
All our friends we see today.
Jack Sparky Frawn just jumped in.
I have never seen Les have a sunrise like that. It looked like there was an ND filter because it was a little grainy, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
Normally, he's got that lovely coming off the mountains look.
that's the darkest I've ever seen Les's sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. He usually has a pretty nice sunrise.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it's nice colours.
And mine was pretty this morning too, but
I thought so.
well, I saw it.
You kept it a secret.
I didn't see it.
And I guess that's the most important thing, right? Is that I see it.
Yeah, I was looking out for it, but
Well,
didn't know where you got to.
they changed my RTMP on me because I checked it last night. I always check the night before to make sure that it's the same, and it was the same on YouTube as it was on my iPad. And I woke up this morning and it just, when it said connecting, it just kept connecting. And finally, after about 10 minutes, I tried this and that. And when I came back, I looked at it and it had changed.
That's what happens to me on my Crystal Sky, but it has nothing to do with the numbers, with the reveal code. It's all got to do with DJI.
Yeah.
They just won't allow you to stream via the Crystal Sky.
But hey, Jen, send me the link to Oz by Drone's video on how to set that up again.
Okay.
I want to take some time here. A couple of new people dropped in. Jim Wallace, alias Mr. Graphics. Good morning, Jim. Ken, Whizbang, 99. Good morning. Welcome to the stream, shipmate.
I've seen all these guys in my day anyway, probably 3 or 4 times on different live streams and tests and things.
Oh, so I was just reading the chat. Jack Sparky Frawn got 2 new drones.
Wow.
So he's going to be doing an unboxing. That ought to be cool.
Yeah.
What'd he get?
He doesn't say. He just said he got 2 new drones.
Okay.
From his wife too, so that's nice.
Yeah. I wished I could convince my wife to buy me a drone.
Daddy of 13, he's in the chat right now.
Is he? Daddy at 13.
Yep, and
Here he is. How you
and he
doing,
got
brother?
his drones from his wife, I should say, not his mum, his wife.
All right, so I've got to ask Daddy of 13. Is it soup yet? I'm not sure if he knows what that means, but
All right, Rodney, you've got the video in your email and in the private chat here.
okay. All righty.
You want to let Daddy of 13 on?
Well, I don't know if he can come on. Hey, Daddy, are you able to join the stream? I sent you the link if you can.
Are you presentable?
I think he's at the hospital.
I never know what time it is because usually it's like 2 in the morning when he's watching us.
Yeah.
8 hours, isn't he?
Well, he's in the UK.
Yeah, about I think it's 8 hours.
8
Or
hours?
8 hours for me. It'd be what, five for you, I believe.
Yeah, it's about 6 o'clock at night. 6:30 at night there then. Well, as far as we see it on the East Coast of the USA.
Okay,
The
good.
madhouse.
Why,
Mr. Crowley?
okay.
Oh, he says he will give it a try, Rodney.
Kingdom is 1:37
Okay.
It's 1:37 p.m. in UK.
Are they like everybody else and have different time zones, or do they just have the one time?
I'm not sure.
All I know is that they have GMT time or Zulu time.
Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah.
The 0 hour. Right?
And Mitch is in the house.
Yeah. Oh, old guy in the drone. Good morning, Mitch. How you doing, brother?
Did we say hello to Whizbang too?
Well,
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Oh, I did. Yep.
Sean's in. Mr. Crowley.
I've spoken to most of these people today, other than Mr. Crowley. How you going,
We're
Sean?
proud of you, Trevor.
Yeah, I was up early enough. I actually caught Trevor's live stream.
Yeah, but it wasn't too good. There was a little bit of problems with the echo and stuff, so I've got to do another one tomorrow.
What
I think
happened?
I don't know. I'll do just the live stream. I won't do any art. It's too distracting. I need to concentrate on one bit at the time. I'll just do the technical stuff and then worry about the artwork later.
Yeah. Hey, Daddy of 13 just popped into the backstage area.
All right, you can take me out, Rodney.
All right, Jim. Thanks. Good morning, Kevin.
There is.
Morning.
How you doing?
All right.
Morning, Kevin.
Oh my God, they're killing each other.
So answer me a question if you don't mind. If it's too personal, you don't have to answer it. But is this your first grandchild?
Oh no. This will be my 10th.
Your 10th?
And
Oh
one
my
on the way.
God.
Another one on the way.
And another one on the way.
Yeah, in the next couple of months.
Jim Wallace, this is
We're just speechless, we are.
wow. I am. Hey, let me take a time out here. Hey, Jim Wallace, this is StreamYard. I haven't tried Zoom, but I thought I'd give StreamYard a try, and so far I like it pretty much. So he was asking if this was Zoom or not. So I just wanted to let him know that it was StreamYard.
Mm.
So this is your 10th grandchild.
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing wrong with that. Just more kids to spoil, right? Send them back to to your kids. That's what I do. I spoil my grandkids and then I turn them back over to their parents and let them deal with it.
Yeah, I always kind of meet some, a lot of them down the high street. You know? Oh, Grandad, you got any money? Yeah, they're good at that. Yeah, so the wife, she's away to the shop just now, and then she's going to be heading off to the hospital with my daughter. So, oh,
Well, were you able to see Rick do the taste test?
no,
No,
I'll
You-
need to check it out.
you were probably busy. I imagine.
Okay, I can imagine.
It's not. No. How did he get on?
He did well. He
Yeah,
added
so-
sardines.
Yeah, I'll definitely get to check it out.
It wasn't enough that he had to do Vegemite. He had to throw in sardines too.
Yeah. Couldn't have been too bad. He's still with us. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's still putting Vegemite on some bread, I noticed.
We'll
He's
do a
addicted to
special
it,
one
yeah.
for you.
He's eating some more. He's going to do some for you there, Daddy, I think. Yeah, look, he's doing it for you, just in case you don't have any time.
Oh,
Oh, and he's
tasty.
licking. Yeah,
The
there he
Vegemite
goes.
underneath the bottom.
He's doing it again. Sardines and Vegemite.
well, Kevin, you may not get it after all.
I'm not finding it.
Oh boy. How did it go then? How's it taste?
Not bad.
Have you tried
He
it on
likes
its own?
it.
Did you try it on its own? Have you tried the Vegemite on its own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little salty.
Yeah,
But
lots
it's not
of
bad. Not bad.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's whether or not your kids will wait there, Kev.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, are they all keen?
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you told
yeah.
them?
Yeah, I've said, you know, every time the postie comes, they always go, "Is that the stuff from America?"
Oh, that's good. They're getting a kick out of it.
You got the food to the postie.
The Aussie food from America.
That's what they keep saying. Have you got the food from America? Postie keeps looking at them. What?
Getting things in the mail for kids is always fun.
Oh, yeah. There's one or two of them a bit dubious of it, but they're going, I don't know. What's that? It's fun.
I have to agree with Lloyd, Rick. But
I'm not seeing any of the chat, so.
okay. Well, Lloyd said that Rick Halber was the top winner so far on the Vegemite taste test.
Oh,
He beat even Michael, you know, and Michael was hard to beat.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm sure that he's not going to hold that seat for very long because I think you're going to take the honors, Kevin.
There are going to be some funny faces on the kids.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can just imagine it. Yeah. It's like when they bring in these sour sweeties, you know, they're mad for the sour sweets. And every time they bring them in my glass, it's the pop. It's the thought of it. They're sitting there going, oh, they're good, Dad. Yeah, it looks good. Try it, Dad. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So how is everybody all getting on?
Yeah, good,
We all
thanks.
fine,
Yeah.
Good.
Not too bad.
Good. Good.
When's the baby supposed to be born?
See, it's just 4 days overdue now. She's going in today. getting juice to get it going. So hopefully by the end of the day. So,
Yeah, you never know when they do the inducing, and sometimes it works and sometimes it don't.
well,
I know with my
I think
wife
she's
it
had
did.
two. She said you need to sweep me, whatever, blah, blah. But she had 2 of them done, and the wife was in with her nearly all last night, thinking she was going to go in, and it just sort of calmed down again. But they booked it in for today, so hopefully by the end of the day,
Yeah. Hope everything goes well for her.
yeah. So it'll be fine. I can't wait. I mean, the wife. I mean, she's had 11, and I know she get that baby feeling's she's looking for it and she's not getting it anymore,
Yeah.
All right.
and what to do when this one's Andrew's one's born, our oldest boy, and, oh well. Oh, here we go. Here it all comes. Don't punch him.
Oh my
Alright.
God. Look at the patience.
You are the crazy twins, you're right. Oh, lovely. Don't want to kill each other. I love it. Oh my God.
Oh, mercy.
Mad as hatters. Mad as hatters. Oh,
Mad as hatters. Yep.
Oh, there's one behind the door. Don't let you out. Don't let him through. Oh, God. Get off me, you monkey. Oh. The joys.
The joys.
What's the matter, baby? What? Oh my! Make me some watch. No. Come on. Say hello,
Hello.
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 They're loving
Here we
YouTube.
go. Right, watch it. Oh.
Dude, I was sitting here with my headphones on
The things you-
and they weren't working.
Okay, who put all the washing everywhere?
Okay.
Oh boy, washing everywhere. Who emptied the
Washing.
basket?
That'd be 24-hour job, wouldn't it? Washing.
Oh my! I've got 2 washing machines that are never stopped.
And they never stop.
Imagine.
Never really stopped.
I'd hate to see your electric bill.
There's another one arguing.
I do my washing about once every 2 weeks, I think.
Yes.
I'm trying to escape. Woo. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Now we can't hear them. What did you do?
Shut the door.
Lock them out. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, and there's Jack up here. He'll sort them out. That way.
Oh, Jack's the
That
oldest.
way. All right, I'll make sure. Okay. Oh my goodness me, poor sweeties. Oh, there's the older brother.
Yeah, he's 18, isn't he?
He'll fix them out.
Hey, Chip, I unmuted you, girl.
Oh, the joys. Never mind. Has bucket and rain here today again as well. So I was out flying last night because it's been raining a lot here, and the sun came out and I thought, oh, looked really nice, red sky. I thought, oh, brilliant. Went to fly. Okay, and then 2 minutes later, the doorbell goes. I thought, I better bring this phone down. The 2 wee girls, there's a drone landed in your garden and they're filming us. Yeah, 400 feet up there filming you. Oh boy.
What
Right,
did
you need to go.
Yeah, apparently Jim's had the police at his house a couple of times
Yeah,
because of his drone
that's
flying.
kids' fatal. I mean, I remember the first time, even before I first ever got a drone. My kids are going, "Oh, look, people's filming us," but I can understand where the wee kids are coming from, you know, when they don't know. You know where I'm going to go? I'm going to hide in the toilet.
My mother used, because my mother raised a lot of children,
Mum!
and she reckons the only time she had peace was in the toilet because no one else could get in there.
Oh, Lee!
And she raised two sets of foster twins and had 10 children of her own and had 5 stepchildren. And she had 25 all up that she raised, my mother. And she said the only peace she could get was in the toilet, and that was way out in the yard. We had an outside toilet back then.
Yeah.
So they didn't know that she was in there most of the time. Only peace and quiet, poor mum.
Right, I better go. Getting to be a bit silly here now with this lot. It's actually, my trousers are falling down.
But that's your life, Kev, so
Get off me, you animals.
that's fine.
Oh. Oh boy. What's that?
They're
No, don't pull that. Don't pull that.
Poor kid's pants around his ankles, he said, because the kids are trying
I
to
know.
drag him
Don't
down.
get me from behind. My trousers are falling down. Or my pants.
His pants, yeah.
My pants. Oh my lord. Get off me, you wee animal.
They must love him so much. It's great.
Oh God. You nearly knocked me over. Oh my word. Will you leave my trousers alone?
Oh my God.
It's flash. I'll be flashing off for the nation shortly.
Make sure you keep your camera up by your face.
Show me.
Look at the muscles.
All muscles, he reckons.
Oh, muscles from Brussels there, look. Come over, rope mason. Oh, God, he's got a pillow now. Let's do that. Try to tap me with a pillow now. All the joys, right? You're going to
Yep.
break down. Then I'll come home and she'll batter me. Right, I'll catch you later. Get by them quickly. They're looking at you now. Bye.
Oh my God, that poor man.
That was a handful.
Oh my God, that poor man. Bye.
Bye.
Get off me. Get off me. Oh, God.
How many have you got, Tiffet, now? You just got 2, have you? They said not a handful
There
as
we
much
go.
as
Catch you there.
them. Hey, Tiff.
What?
How many have you got, Tiff, again?
I have 3.
Oh, you got 3.
Okay.
Not as many as 13. I suppose you're glad of that.
No, that's too many.
It's too many, hey? Yeah.
Way too many. Especially with how busy these guys are.
Yours are very busy too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
That young lady that's right behind you there, is that your older?
Nope, she's my middle.
Your middle. Oh, okay.
I'm taller than that, and
Older.
Hey, Rodney, I got to get out of here.
All right, Rick. Well,
Hey, get my
good
foot
job
up.
today, brother. Good job. You're the winner so
Thank you
far.
for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hey, just like I told Lloyd, you're welcome to come on anytime you want to, brother.
Stick, but I got to get my foot up elevated.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You take care. You take
All
care
right.
of that, Ray.
Take care, everybody. See you, Peter.
All right. Bye, Rick.
Bye.
See you,
Darcy.
mate. See ya.
Bye.
Everybody in the chat. Bye-bye.
All right.
And we've got Mitch coming in.
And who's coming in? Oh, how you going?
Morning,
man?
everybody.
Hey, Mitch. Yeah,
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
yeah, very good.
Nervous. You know, I mean, this has been a ridiculous past 3 or 4 days watching this hurricane down here go one way and then the other way, and planning to evacuate and then not, and trying to buy supplies. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah,
it is.
I can well imagine.
Uh,
I heard it turn more northerly.
Yeah, that was the good news. But I tell you, it's been a real emotional roller coaster, because I mean, where I live is like 6 miles from the ocean. So
Okay.
and initially, when the first plots of this thing came out, if you look real close on the plot that they had on TV, you saw that there was a little highlight on there that said Mitch's house and had an arrow.
Oh, did it? All right.
Pointing right to my house. I mean, it couldn't have been a more direct beeline right to me. And then it started to swing south, and closer down there to Jim, who's about 10 miles south of me. And then it swung south all the way down to West Palm Beach, which is about 120 something miles south of me. But then it was supposed to come up the spine of the state, which would have passed to the west of me, and that's what they call the dirty side of the storm. And we would have had 20 some inches of rain and flooding, and it would have been, and winds, and it would have been ridiculous. So, you know, I'm packing everything and getting ready to go to Tampa to my daughters, and then the thing started swinging more north and more north and more north, and then it was right back directed at me again, and now it looks like, and everybody, we got our fingers crossed, it looks like this thing is going to stay offshore, and most of the models are actually projecting that it move more and more offshore. So
Okay.
when all the dust settles, this may be a nothing event. But meanwhile, you can't get near a gas station, you can't get near a store, you can't. It's been ridiculous.
Hey, I want to say hello to Tina's singing channel, Davies. Welcome to the chat and to the stream. We got myself, Peter Carroll, Mrs. RC, Mitch, the old dude,
The old dude.
and Trevor, Manic Magic.
Finally got someone older than me on the panel.
Yeah, I know.
The usual.
Actually, Mitch and I served on the Ark together.
Oh, on the Ark, I thought you meant in the Navy. And I'm thinking, how far do I have to think back? Oh, in the Bible.
Yeah, that was when Noah was CNO, Chief of Naval Operations.
Oh, I thought I had to only think back if it's the Philippines or no, the Ark.
And Rodney, we used to call Noah young man. We used to say, "How you doing, young man?"
Yeah.
So how are you, Trev? How's everything down under?
Oh, not too bad.
And Peter?
Do pretty much the same.
Oh, I got to take a break for a second. I got a phone call, and I will be right back.
All righty.
I think he asked how you were too, Pete.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Once these kids are done eating breakfast, I gotta get going. I gotta go fix the brakes on my boss's vehicle.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
You're going to fix the brakes on your boss's vehicle, did you say?
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
hey, Trevor,
Congratulations.
this young lady can do it all.
I know what she does for work, but
She's
I
a
thought that was
roofer,
going above and beyond.
a mechanic, rocket scientist,
Yep, she's pretty good. I've always been proud of Tiff. I know what Tiff's
I'm
about.
surprised she's
But
not
I
trying to run
thought
for president.
brakes as well. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Tiff.
Yeah.
Hey, it's part of my job, so it's got to get done.
No worries. Yes, and your
I gotta
husband's a
go.
very lucky man.
I'm trying to upgrade my tools as I go.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
So I gotta go to-
one of my sisters was a pretty good mechanic.
It's a good thing to know. I gotta say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, definitely. I am not a mechanic. You put something in front of me electronic and I'll figure it out. But an engine, not me.
I'm not too bad.
Oh,
See, computers, I don't get. But when it comes to vehicles,
Now you're muted. I can't hear.
yeah, I actually hit the button.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey. But he put me in charge this time of changing his brakes and rotors because they're so bad.
Yeah.
I just had to do mine. Brakes, rotors, bearings. Where are we going? You name it.
sounds like a fairly major job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. And
That's
then
good.
where?
That's good.
Home. To say I have grease from head to toe by the time I'm done. Mommy? What?
Yeah, I used to do all my own work on my cars when I was a lot younger, but these days I just take it to the dealership and let them sort it out.
Yeah.
A lot easier.
I've got a friend that comes around and sees tomorrow.
Oh. No, because the dealer I go to, they will do the annual service while you wait. So I just drop it in there at 7 or so, 7:30 in the morning, and hang around and watch a bit of TV and have a couple of coffees, and then pick it up a couple of hours later and drive home. Then it's all done for the year. Then.
It saves
Unless it blows
money
up.
when I do it. When it comes to that, I like to save money and do it myself. If I could do it myself, I'd do it.
Yeah. It's expensive taking it to the dealership, but yeah.
I bet Eric appreciates your skills.
I work on mine, my husband, boss, friends, family. Sit down, eat breakfast. So, yeah. I had to work on mine because a rock got stuck between my rotor and the shield behind the rotor. The back one. So it was scraping as I was driving.
That'd chew out the disc too, I'd imagine.
Huh?
Yeah. That would chew out the disc, wouldn't it, too?
Actually, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard it, I came home, let it cool down, took the tire off, did all that.
Yeah.
Got it out. It was like fingernails on a chalkboard. So.
Cool.
Yeah. And I'm tired of borrowing everybody's tools to get the job done. So I'm upgrading each time. If I need a tool, I get it little by little.
No, you need your own tools, especially if you take pride in your job.
Oh yeah.
And you love doing it.
But sometimes you can only do like she's doing, getting them one, a few at a time. So one of these days we'll have a full set, and we'll all be bringing our cars to you. At least both of us in the United States. I'm sure Peter and Trevor won't be able to.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Ship it.
Distance is a bit of a problem. Unfortunately.
Our steering wheels are on the wrong side.
We have them over here. They're the mail trucks. The mail trucks are on the right hand side.
Okay.
So when they drive, they're on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife is a postal carrier, and we bought her a right hand drive Jeep.
I don't know how you guys do it.
It's easy.
Me.
When I was in Japan, I had to drive on the right side because they're like Australia. They drive on the right.
It's just natural though,
the right side of the road.
It's just natural to us.
Yeah, it did feel. Actually, it felt natural to me too. When I came.
Well, aren't you on the opposite side of the road? You're on the left hand side when you're driving.
It feels awkward if we have to drive like American.
So it's kind of like us driving over there.
Just what one's used to.
Yeah,
that's right. Yep.
When I came back from Japan, I was driving my mom's car, and she was at work, and I had my brother with me. Well, I meant to make a left-hand turn, and I turned into the left lane instead of the
right.
I turned into the left lane instead of the right lane. And then my brother's like, "You're gonna get it killed! You're gonna get it killed!" I'm like, "What are you worried about?"
I'm on the right side of the road.
That would have been hard to explain to a police officer, though.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate, there was no oncoming traffic, so we were good. But it could have been nasty.
Yeah.
You'll be taking your license. You better retake your road test.
Hey, Tina's singing channel, you have a good one, dear. Glad you could join the chat. Hope you enjoyed it. Please come back. So, what are you guys' plans for the weekend? I imagine, Peter, yours and Trevor's are probably, you're into Sunday now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's very stormy here. Very stormy.
Is it? Okay. It's pretty quiet here.
We're not quite into Sunday yet. We're about an hour and a half away from me. An hour for Pete,
about an hour for me. Yeah.
Yeah. And it'll be nearly Sunday. Because we're in the future.
I haven't got much planned for tomorrow. Pretty quiet day.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't have much planned for tomorrow either. I'm going to try and work out this live stream issue with my PMP stuff. But yeah, I was so upset. Technical difficulties last week when I was in Texas. Technical difficulties this week. You know, it's just enough to make you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah. These things happen. Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping Ron Lockwood may have been on tonight because I watched your stream last week and you had that bit of a cartoon trivia business going on.
Oh yeah.
I had a question that I was hoping may trump him, but I'll wait till he comes on next time and I'll hit him with it.
I'm surprised I haven't seen him in the chat this morning. He must be out on a call or something.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, Mitch.
Here we are.
I want to welcome 400 AGL into the chat. The troubles I had this morning, Mel, was that YouTube changed the RTMP on me, and I didn't discover it until it was too late. Last night when I checked it, but like I always try to do, it was fine. It was, you know, the same one I had programmed into the DJI Go 4 app, and then this morning it just wasn't connecting. Last week it was the a cable issue. So.
Good morning, Mel.
But anyway, hey Mel, I'm gonna send you a link, brother. So, Mitch, that was a long phone call.
Yeah, it was my daughter. It's all about the hurricane.
Yeah.
So she's over in Tampa, and one of my contingencies, depending on how this thing went, was to head over to her place, and that's normally about a 2.5 hour drive. But 3 years ago, when Hurricane Matthew did pretty much the same thing as this is doing, I headed out, and it took me like 6 hours because of the traffic just to get over there, and it's very nerve-wracking because you got your home and everything, and you head away a couple 100 miles, and you have to, if you've never had to evacuate, the feeling of uncertainty on the way home of not knowing what you're coming home to is it's very, very stressful. And who needs that, especially as you get older?
That's right.
I remember the one and only time I ever had to evacuate for a hurricane was I had just moved to Virginia, just got stationed on the USS Preble, and this was in '86, and they had a complete recall to the ship to get underway because of the hurricane. That's the only time that I've ever had to do that. And my first wife, she was like, "Why do you gotta go? What?" And I felt so bad because I didn't want to leave her and the kids there, but what can you do? You're in the military,
The first thing my daughter said to me when she called, the first words out of her mouth were, "Why the hell do we live in Florida?"
Yeah, I wonder why people live in Florida and California. California has the earthquakes, and Florida has the hurricanes.
Well, in the middle of January, when we're watching you guys with your snowblowers, that's when we know why we live in Florida.
Good point, Mitch.
And I've lived in Florida. I've lived in Florida since 1971, and been through a bunch of hurricanes, especially in 2004. I don't know if you remember 2004 when we had 4 or 5 of them in a row, one after another. Hurricane Charlie came right over my house. The eye of the hurricane, and at that point I was living well inland, but it had crossed most of the state and still had 90-mile-an-hour winds around the eye. The eye went right over my house, and I never forget that being in the middle of the eye and having no wind, and you could look up and see the stars, and then 5-10 minutes later, the other side of the eye wall hit you from the other direction, and all the trees went down because the first side, the wind coming this way, it pushes and pushes and pushes on those trees, and then the next side comes and slams them the other way, and they all go down. It was. We couldn't get out. We couldn't get out of our house for 2 full days while they cleared all the trees, and we were out of power for a week that time.
Wow.
But still here, and we have.
That's good. I grew up in Oklahoma, so we got used to having tornadoes all the time.
Yeah. And my daughter asked me on the phone call, she said, "Well, where the hell do you live? Where you don't have to put up with all these different events all the time?" I don't know. Wyoming, yeah.
Then all you got to do is put up with the snow.
Yeah, Trevor and I are lucky because we live in the south part of Australia, and all the cyclones are up. Cyclones we get during the summer months are up in the north. They run across the north of Australia, so they don't sort of affect us at all.
And you're covered in snow.
We may get a major storm every 10 years, and they're like a real freak hour-long storm, or maybe 3 or 4, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then it's all over. And then we only have thunderstorms every now and then, which isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Well, we put up with it.
I'm going to head out, guys. I gotta get this
worries, Tiff.
All right, Tiff. Well, you have a good weekend. I'll be emailing you here in a little while. It's big. Okay. It's huge.
The most I've done was 110.
So what I'm talking about is I'm I'm getting T-shirts for all of Daddy of 13, all of his family, him, his wife, and all of his kids. So that's like 14 T-shirts. But
Not too
I
bad.
got to order. I'm ordering 5 T-shirts for my daughter and her family.
Oh,
So,
Still
crap.
not bad.
That's good for Tiff as well.
yeah, it is good for her.
That's
Except she
great.
has to work harder.
Yeah, she doesn't mind.
I know she does. She does a real good job making my shirts.
Yeah,
I
she
really
does.
appreciate what she
Yep.
does, man. So
I don't mind doing it either.
That's good. I knew you
Good.
wouldn't. Were you on, Mitch, when the Daddy of 13 was on with his kids?
I was watching. Yeah, I wasn't in there yet, but there wasn't.
No, but you've seen it. Oh my Lord. He couldn't even get out of the bathroom and his pants were falling around his ankles because they were hanging on like monkeys.
I only
Oh.
I have one thought when I see that, and that is better him than me.
That's right.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't either. I raised 2 of them, and even I got 3 grandkids, and even those are a handful.
Yes. Good.
Well, I
Take
have
your hat off.
mine. And most of the time, I have my nieces, and then I have the kid that used to live next door. He's always at my house, so it's always chaotic.
Yes, I
Here.
can imagine, yeah.
So during the summer, I don't get on YouTube very much, but that's like the busy season for me.
Busy season, yeah. But the house was full of love. That's what counts.
Yeah. Well, I like outside though.
What's
I'd
that?
like to welcome Mike Kelly into the chat and Adrian Mateo Drones. Welcome, guys.
When it's nice outside, I took them outside. So you don't have to worry about traffic. We got the woods for them to explore. We have the trampoline. We have things that we have.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
But all right, guys, I have to get going. I have
Yeah,
got.
no worries.
All right. If you have a good weekend, thanks for coming on.
God
Yep.
bless.
Bye, young lady
All right.
or young man.
Bye.
whichever
Bye.
one you are.
Hi, Rod.
All right.
So what about them drones? I heard much drone talk this morning.
Yeah, what about them drones?
Yeah.
We talk about anything and everything.
That's right.
Haven't had much time to think about drones here lately.
Well,
Hmm.
I've been thinking about it because I'm so upset that I couldn't do my live stream, that sunrise live stream this morning, because they changed the RTMP on me overnight. Just it was fine last night, Mitch. I checked it, and this morning
Huh.
I go to connect and all changed.
You didn't accidentally hit the box that said single use key, did you? By
No.
mistake?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I could have, but I don't know why I wouldn't have done it purposely.
Yeah, every time I set up, of course, I don't live stream from a mobile device. So when you use StreamYards, it figures its own key out. You don't have to deal
Well,
with it.
yeah, but I was using the DJI-4 Go app.
Yeah, that old key that's in the memory of that thing should work.
No, it didn't. So I mean, they changed it on the YouTube screen,
well,
the live stream
YouTube?
page. So if that's changed, you can't stream.
Did you piss off somebody at YouTube that said, "Hey, Rodney Bell's going on tomorrow morning with a live stream. Let's."
I guess somebody got mad that I'm up to 745 subscribers now. Hey,
Yes,
you're supposed
that's
to
it.
stop. You got to stop.
Yeah, that's a. Hey, I just passed 800. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I don't know why, but
Jack, yeah, they say it's a. He's telling me that he's using it on a tablet, and he says it's experimental. But I think that the StreamYard is in beta form right now. But I mean, for what I do, it works perfectly. I'm happy with it. So,
Yeah, I've been using for the past month or so. I've been using the StreamYards, and it's been working perfectly.
yeah. Jim Boyd was trying to help me get it into where I can use it with OBS, but I don't need OBS. I mean,
Not if you don't have a green screen, or if you don't have a lot of different scenes and fancy graphics and lower thirds and all that. You really don't need OBS.
yeah, it's like Mr. Transparency there, Trevor. You know, I was watching his. If you look at his shirt, you can see through his shirt.
Yeah, the shirt's OBS.
And I was up early enough that I caught his live stream on. He was doing some art, and he'd raise up a picture, and
the pictures had
clear
green
spots in it. I thought it was kind of cool, but
it is cool. I have a coffee cup. I don't know if you've ever seen on one of my live streams. I have a big green coffee cup, and when I hold up the coffee cup, you can see even this coffee cup here. If I use this, I'm not on OBS now. I'm just in my office on a regular webcam. But if I hold this up, all the green stuff becomes transparent. You can see right through it.
Yeah. So I would like to get a green screen, but I really don't have the room. Maybe when we have our mansion built, I'll just have a room strictly for
your mansion.
Yeah, make sure you put a bedroom and a little suite aside for me in your mansion too. You know, I don't need.
You don't need much room either.
1,800 square feet. You know, one bathroom would be more than adequate.
Yeah, go figure that's going to happen, Mitch.
Yeah, right.
I'll be lucky if I get one.
You know, I have one of the green screen that I have actually has it has two stands that hold it up, and it while it's portable, I just move it out of the way when I'm not using it so I can get around it. But
mine did too. But I had better use for my stand. I put my green screen on the back wall because it was getting in the road, because either side of the stands was a doorway. And therefore I couldn't get past where I needed to go, and my bedroom behind me. So I've used the stand now if you're putting all my cameras on it. So that works great. For my overhead camera.
I bought a green screen from Amazon that came with the stands and everything. And I have the same problem. If I move it this way, it's right in front of my door, because these aren't huge rooms that we have.
That's
here.
right.
But I found that by picking it up and moving it around a little bit, an angle, then it's out of the way when I'm not using it. And when I'm going to use it, I just pick it back up and move it back over to where it goes.
Yeah.
It's fun to play with that stuff, though. I'm not as much fun as you are, Trev, but it's fun to play with that stuff.
Well, I was a bit stirred up today because I haven't been very well. I felt like I was going to have the flu, but it's sort of like it's hanging on, but it hasn't blown out into a full case flu. And I'm sort of been getting pressured to by someone else to do tests and that, but I wasn't ready. And I shouldn't have tried to take on an experiment of doing the tutorial as well. I should have just concentrated on even if it's only 30 minutes, just do a test, then do another test, just so I can get familiar with it. Yeah. Instead of while I'm not feeling the best, I should just even if it's only 15 minutes, just to do a test. And it's YouTube. I shouldn't have to be in a hurry or pressured. Because I get these little emails I do from people.
I want to welcome Mike Kelly to the stream. I think he came in a while ago, and I'm not sure if I gave him a shout out, but Mike Kelly, welcome to the stream.
I haven't been paying attention to the stream here. Mike Kelly asked me if I have the hatches battened down. Yes, as much as I can at this point. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate the thought.
Well, I was thinking Mel was going to come in. Oh, here he is, right here. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Hey, Mel.
Morning,
How you
Mel.
going? How you going, Lloyd?
Yeah, there's Lloyd. Yeah.
Speak of the devil, and he will show his ugly face. I promise you.
We've been calling Lloyd Mel, so we thought we'd better call you Lloyd.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just to weigh it up.
Yeah.
How you doing,
How you
Mel?
going? Hey, Mel.
I'm doing pretty good. How are y'all doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah.
Doing all right. As you can see, I'm doing a Lloyd Mendenhall thing today.
Oh, yeah, you got the grumpy blogger stuff going on, huh?
Yeah, he was in earlier.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he got up early and jumped into the sunrise streams, and then Rick Halber, who was in earlier, did the Vegemite taste test.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah, he did. So you'll have to go back and watch it.
He did that on your stream?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And he not only did the Vegemite taste test, but he did Vegemite and sardines at the same time.
Oh, my goodness.
and went for
Well,
third.
you know, he is from California, you know.
Well,
what do you
yeah,
got?
that is true. That is true.
He
So-
did 2 lots, and then he went for a third lot.
Oh,
He
And
likes
then,
it.
and then he had to leave, and I wonder why.
No,
Morning,
he had
Mitch.
to put up his feet.
Yeah, I've got Vegemite and sardines too, but never at the same time.
I want to say good morning to Brent Nunley. He just popped in to the chat.
the only thing I use sardines for is what they're meant to be for, and that's fish bait.
I like them on pizza. I love sardines on pizza.
Yeah,
And how about a sardine and Vegemite pizza? Now, you think that
anchovies on
think that
pizza, I
would be
like.
popular?
Oh,
How you going, Adrian?
Maybe.
Little pineapple. Throw a little pineapple on there too. You know?
thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that shout out there about the flag. So
Saw you on Spike Stream this morning, Mel, debuting your little your new trailer. It looked great, but couldn't hear it.
yeah, that is kind of disappointing. I don't know if I share it here. I don't know if you guys will hear it or not.
Yeah, if you share it directly through StreamYards, we should hear it, no problem.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and share it, Mel.
Well, let me see if I can find it.
Shoot away.
Well, that's pretty sad. You can't even find your own trailer.
Yeah, you know how it is with us old guys.
Yeah, believe me, I do.
This must be so delayed. I better refresh YouTube because I still got Mrs. RC. It's still
wow.
on YouTube. That's how delayed it is for me.
Wow.
Okay, let me bring this. I'm going to start the share first, I guess, and then I will make it go full screen. And I'll use that screen there. Actually,
That's it.
let's try that one. Is that the right one? No, I want to use that one. And we'll put it full screen first. Okay, now I can click share. Now that screen should be available for you.
Yeah. And I'm going to put it up.
And I will hit play.
You got your muted. You got your audio muted on your thing there.
That's better. And it's right at the bottom. You need to go. All right, that's it.
No, don't hear it.
No,
Still not hearing it. We'll have to wait
No.
till it comes live. Or
See,
sorry, on his video.
That's the YouTube output right there. That's what'll be seen on YouTube.
I wonder if StreamYards will stream audio. Maybe it doesn't.
It does. I mean, I've shared stuff before, and it streamed it.
Well, let me check.
Have your audio muted from what I see there, Mel.
Let's see. Well, that's the YouTube audio, so that I'm not hearing the YouTube. That's only on my system. Let me Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. Are you guys still hearing me now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you well.
Okay, let me see. No, that's not playing still. Um, hmm. I don't know.
Mm.
Mike Kelly asks, where do you guys get these cool trailers? You have to make them.
You make them. That's exactly right.
You become a graphic artist, sound engineer, and everything else.
Yeah, I did all that with. Obviously, I found a free image of an altimeter on the internet, and then I worked it in Photoshop to make it look like it was reading an elevation of 400 feet instead of whatever it was reading. And I changed some of the color layouts and stuff in it so that I'm not actually using the exact same image. And then I loaded that image into After Effects and created the shatter effect. And then I filmed my Mavic 2 Pro with Sonari holding it. I put up the green screen. I had her reach up under the green screen like a curtain and hold the drone. And she about crapped her pants when I started the rotors because I didn't tell her. I told her I was going to do that, but I don't think she understood exactly what that meant. So here it is running, and I said, now you got to hold it further away because I don't want the rear props to hit the green screen and get tangled up. And so she was holding it at arm's length, and she kept wanting to tilt it away from her. I said, hey, you got to tilt it toward you, hold it level. And so when you look at it, you'll see the drone looks level because I leveled it in Premiere, but the camera tilt is off because the camera was actually level when I was shooting the video. And I shot that video with my, the little guy, what's he called? The Osmo Pocket. I shot that with the Osmo Pocket, and then I went into one of my other videos and pulled the sound out and put that in Adobe Audition and cleaned the audio up and stuff and made it sound nice like a drone and adjusted the time so it would play for the length of time that the drone was in the scene. And then I took some music from the YouTube thing that you can play music from and cut a little clip and put at the end of it for the reveal on the 400 AGL. And it took me about actual working time with everything, probably 6 or 7 hours to make that little 13 seconds. Yeah.
Seconds.
Yeah.
But that's what it's like on the big movies. Like
That's-
many of the movies that I've witnessed that's being made, they only get about 2 seconds out of almost a day's work.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Are any of you guys fans of Family Guy?
I like Family Guy, yeah.
You remember the Star Wars
Yeah.
things that they did, and in the beginning they had the opening of Star Wars with the text fading
Yeah.
off.
How it fades
Yeah.
up in the lane.
If you ever read that text, it's an absolute riot because he rags on Fox and all kinds of other stuff. But in one of those things, he actually came out and said, we animated like 8 seconds of a monkey running across the screen, and it never, and Fox didn't want it, or it never made it in. He says, well, there was $50,000 down the drain.
Yep.
So
Yep.
when you
Yep.
that's what it costs to make
Yeah.
make 5 or 10 seconds of animation of anything. It's $50,000. That's crazy, but that's what those things cost.
And it
I think
really it takes hours to get a few seconds of
Yeah.
finished
Oh, yeah.
product.
Because they calculate what's cut, like that, like Mitch was saying, what's left on the cutting floor, cutting room floor. Some doesn't make it, so they've got to add that within the costs.
Yep. But yeah, so over here at this house where I'm at in Arkansas, I came here looking for work, and I've got a real good perspective that I'm pursuing, and we've been in email contact, and they said they're very interested in talking to me, and I sent them my resume. So I'll be back to flying for hire again maybe next week, I hope.
Oh,
Cool.
good luck,
That'd
Mel.
be good.
Good luck.
It'll
Hey,
be
Sorry for interrupting you, Mel. I'm going to bring in Jack Cron. This is the first time he's on our panel.
well, hey Jack, good to see you.
How's it
Hi,
going,
Jack.
Jack?
Thought I'd drop in for a few minutes. I'm at work, so kind of like on break. I just got back from a call, so.
How you going, Jack?
Hey, Matt,
Nice.
Peter, Mitch.
Nice
No.
to meet you, Jack.
Glad I finally got you in here, Jack.
Yeah, now you can put a face to a name now.
Yeah.
That's right.
How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Good.
I got, I don't know if you guys seen my little video that I put up for the unboxing. I've never done an unboxing before. I've always been behind the scenes type of person. I am not a camera person. I don't like being in front of the camera, but I know I have to do that sooner or later. So my wife bought me a couple of little drones.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
It's really, really small. And I've seen videos on this one. Sorry, I'm off the screen. I'm right here.
Yeah, that's right.
Hang on. And then she got me this one. Wait, there we go.
Cool. Cool.
So I'm going to unbox it, do a video of that and see how that goes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Have some fun with them and be good.
And I've never had a little dinky drone like that, where it's got all the little buttons and the whiz bangs and the whatchamacallits.
You'll soon learn what it's all about.
I love this tech talk.
Yeah, TikTok.
What's it whatchamacallits? Yeah.
Where's my bang? What's my call it?
And thingamajig. Don't forget
What's
And yeah, the who's-a-ma-watchits and the whatchamacallits.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to watch out for those.
Yeah, those whatchamacallits will get you. You know, they'll jump up and bite you.
You are correct. They will get you. No, I had a DX4 is what I started out with. I got that at Toys R Us. And then I played with that for a little bit. And I researched the Spark, bought the Spark, and I've had that over a year. And that's all I've flown is the Spark. I've never really flown a little drone like that. So I'm having a heck of a time trying to keep the thing in the air. So I want to get good at it first before I do the whole setup and all that.
Yeah, I've got a little bitty one here that I fly every now and then. I'd probably read it better if I held it right side up, right?
Sky Viper.
Yeah. I got that for Christmas at work. We had a Christmas party about 20.
I'm unboxing on the stream here. If I can get it out. I've never seen a smaller battery charger than this. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the battery.
Wow. And what's that one for?
That battery is bigger than the action camera batteries that I use.
Well, here's the actual drone itself.
Oh my God!
Wow, it is a little tiny one, isn't it?
And it's a foldable.
Yeah.
It folds out.
That ought to be interesting.
Yeah. No kidding.
I thought my Tello was small, but that's tiny.
Yeah. Wow, it's even got lights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very fancy.
It does hold, so you can send it up and it'll sit there and hold. I've done that at least in the house. But as far as flying it, I just flew it into the wall and the pillars flew off and the battery fell out. Like, yeah, I better get better at this.
I've done that a couple of times.
Yeah, I've done that several times with the Tello. Yeah. Pick up all the bits and put it back together. Yeah.
Jack,
Yeah.
Pete has only just got into drones a few months back, haven't you, Pete?
Yeah,
And got
yeah,
a small tello, and he's enjoying his.
yeah. That's a lot of fun, zipping around the house. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
we're
for a
waiting
long
for,
time, Pete was a supporter too.
we're waiting for Peter to go into FPV flying.
You'll be waiting for a while. Well, the Tello will do FPV. That's got an FPV mode in it. So.
Do the tello.
Yeah, well, we're talking about the ones with the acro and everything like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Now you fly acro, don't you?
Not acro, not yet.
Not yet, huh?
Nope.
Tello does acrobats. You can do forward and backward flips and all that sort of stuff with it.
Did somebody say acro?
Yeah, Mitch is the all-rounder.
Yeah.
I've just had one what I call outdoor successful flight with my Tiny Hawk, with goggles. Flew it around a city park. I had my brother there as a spotter just in case I hit some trees or something, because when you're wearing the goggles, you can very easily lose perspective as to where the drone is. So I had him as a spotter, and I was flying it around the basketball hoops, trying to do orbits around that. I crashed it into a steel power pole. Not once, but twice in the same flight. I brought it in, and it hit the power pole, and it bounced back a little bit, and then it hit it again, and then it crashed. Yeah. I don't think.
Was that on YouTube, Mel?
Yeah, that's the video.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, Mel.
That was at the city park over there by my house, and there were some bleachers, the old style bleachers with the pipe framing and the wood across for the benches and the footrest. And I was flying in between those successfully. So I thought, well, okay, that's a plus. My biggest problem I'm having with it is being able to judge where the ground is when I'm flying really close to the ground. Because if you don't keep enough throttle into it, it actually hits the ground, and it'll either land and stop, or it'll skip along. So I've got to figure out how to recognize in the goggles when I'm that close to the ground so that I don't let it actually touch.
I hear you, yeah.
And I don't know if I'll be able to fly the thing in the house or not. I need more room. I need to be outdoors.
Yeah.
Do you fly in the house? Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Uh-oh.
Do you fly in the house in the angle mode?
In angle mode?
Yeah, in the house.
Are there? No, I didn't think so.
I've not flown it in anything but stabilized mode yet.
That's what I mean. Angle mode is in stabilized mode. Yeah.
What is all that noise, Lord?
That's me. Sorry.
Oh,
It sounds like a printer going off.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm in a factory. That's the reason why I gotta close the door, get out really fast.
Okay.
What do you do for work there, Jack?
yeah.
I'm an let me put the seat back up. Good Lord. There. Is that better? I am an industrial electrician for
Okay, yep.
Okay.
aluminum cans. We make 12-ounce cans. We make 24-ounce cans. So I take care of the machines when they go down.
Okay, yep.
Hey guys, I'm going to welcome a couple of people into the chat. Ronald Lockwood, good morning.
Oh, Ron's in the
You
chat.
can make it. Hey brother, check your email. And Caleb Young,
Let me put it this way.
welcome to the chat.
That way I don't look like I'm doing so bad. I got a computer here that I'm looking at. There's the computer. Got stream up so I can look at the chat. Now I'm not looking like I'm off into space.
Oh, Ron's going hunting. Oh, I should have been retired.
He's a hunting guide
Yeah.
Yes,
in,
he
in,
is.
in Wyoming. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm hoping that next August that I might be able to go up there when Jim Boyd's up there visiting Ron.
That'd be nice.
And we're going to hog tie Jim
And Vegemite him.
Yep.
Vegemite.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
He refuses to do it. You know,
Now, Jim might be
Oop, that's the front
shorter
camera.
than some. I'm 6 foot, so I'm going to guess that he's shorter than me by an inch or two. But just by looking at him, I got a sneaky feeling that it's going to take more than you and Ron to hogtie that
That'd
boy.
be like YouTube hazing.
that may be, but we're gonna give it a shot.
Give it a shot. YouTube hazing.
Yeah, yeah. Like many years ago, when my mom introduced me to the guy that she's married to now, the very first time I met him, my mom and I were actually sharing a studio apartment, a studio house. It was like a grandmother's cottage behind the main rental house. And I was living there, and she moved back into town and had no place to go. So I said, well, you can come stay with me. I mean, all I got is this studio, and we'll, put up a cot or something with a little mattress on it for you to sleep on and so on. And, well, we were both into the dating scene and got embarrassed more than once by coming in the place, so we worked out this code that if the porch light was off, stay out,
Yeah.
But she brought this fella came calling to take her out one evening. And this is back when I was working security at a big nightclub. I was head of security, and he'd come in the door, and I reached out and shook his hand and said, "Nice to meet you." And with my right hand, and with my left hand, I reached around behind me and I slapped the cuffs on his wrist and I locked it to my sofa. And I said, "Now you be a good boy while I'm gone." And out the door I went.
Oh, you did it. Oh.
And now they're married, huh?
And now they've been married like 30 years or something. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a cool story.
The next time I came back in like 10 minutes and freed him up, but I just wanted, I said, I just wanted to let you know, you mess with her, you're dealing with me. That's how it's going to work. And so for like 6 months, he was afraid to shake my hand, and I don't know why,
When my daughter's first husband, he called me to ask my permission to marry my daughter, right? So he called me, he said, I knew who he was. And he told me, that he was in love with my daughter and he wanted to marry her and wanted to get my permission. And I just flat said, nope. And there was silence. I mean, it was just, he goes, what? And I said, no. And then silence. And then after about 15 seconds, he goes, "You serious?" I said, "No."
Yeah, when I married my first wife, we lived in California and her folks lived in Missouri. So, I thought I was going to do the right thing. And we were on the phone with her parents one evening, and I asked her dad, I said, "By the way," I said, "we'd like to get married and I'd like to have your blessing for that." And he took the phone away from his wife and he says, "What'd you say?" And I repeated it. And he says, "Damn, boy, my daughter's a big girl. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do."
Caleb Young in the chats asked what would be the best drone for FPV for a beginner. Maybe Mitch, if you want to do.
Yeah.
Possibly. Do you reckon, Rodney?
Mel, and I would probably agree that the Tiny Hawk is probably the best drone for an FPV beginner. And you get it's maybe $100. They have a newer one, which is the version 2, which runs on 2S. But you can probably pick up the version 1 for $80 now, and I would think that for a very beginner would be the way to go. And you need to get a basic transmitter and some kind of goggles, and you're in business, and you learn to fly the thing in angle mode or stabilized mode first, and then you get brave and start flying it in acro mode. But the nice thing about that drone is You got to hit it pretty hard to really damage it, right, Mel?
Yep. I hit full speed into that steel power pole and it bounced off. And because it happened to hit perfectly square, it bounced right straight back. Well, I still had full forward stick in it with some throttle, so it just went right back in and hit it again, and then it went upside down. But yeah, so it's and in fact that wasn't even the crash that knocked the camera loose out of it, Mitch. It was another crash that done that. But
well, that little protector, that little 3D printing thing would have helped solve that.
Yeah, but Mitch is absolutely right. The Emax Tiny Hawk, couple of sets of batteries, and make sure you get the batteries that have the lead on them, because if they don't have the lead on them, you won't be able to use them in that drone.
That's true.
And Tyrannus QX7 or QX7S transmitter, you can get the QX7 for like $1.25, $125. So less than $250, batteries, charger, and all, you'll be able to start flying. Well, then you need the goggles.
Those are expensive.
They can be. I bought a pair. I found a pair of Fat Shark Dominator 3s, B3s on eBay for $300.
That's expensive.
Yeah,
yeah, but that's like half price.
You can get a pair of box goggles for less than $100 if you're just starting to see if you actually like it or not. And then it depends if you have to wear glasses. If you have to wear glasses. But you can fly this. The nice thing about this Tiny Hawk is you can just fly it all around inside your house, and that's tremendous practice, because you have to be on the throttle and make sure you're not banging into the ceiling all the time. And it's pretty much how I learned, was just flying. I have I don't know if you want to share one, Rodney, but I got a little video here that of me actually flying this thing around inside my house, practicing from back when I was first starting with this thing. I'd be happy to
go ahead and put it up there. And while you're doing that, I want to say good morning to Nacho Rolling. Dennis, good morning. Welcome to the chat. He's the only new guy. So
The only new guy.
Nacho Rolling.
A new old guy.
And Caleb Young. Hopefully they got an answer
Caleb
for your
Young.
question there, Caleb.
Yeah. Good morning to you too, sir. All right. So.
Oh, there it is. All right, let me start it running here. I want to make sure I get the sound turned off. But here it goes. And this is in the stabilized mode, and basically just flying around inside the house. There I am sitting on the chair with the goggles on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is tremendous practice. Now, I still, even though I can fly acro outdoors, I still can't fly, and I try it occasionally to fly acro in the house. The thing's just all over the place. But in the stabilized mode, this is just tremendous practice for throttle management and just getting the feel of flying this thing through the goggles.
Yeah, you would need a lot of practice with that PV with that. That's for sure.
But it's fun. It's just a lot of fun to fly it around the house like this.
How long does the battery last? How long is it? Like 4 or 5 minutes, 7 minutes?
On this thing, you get maybe 3 minutes. But you know what? After 3 minutes of this, it's enough sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's
I have the
3 minutes of flight is good, but after 3 minutes of having to go find it, pick it up, flip it back over so you can fly it again, it gets old real quick.
But what this does is it really gives you a lot of confidence in knowing that you can send this thing where you want it to go.
Will those hover, or do you have to keep them moving all the time?
Pardon me?
Will those hover, or do you have to keep them moving all the time?
You have to keep them moving.
Okay.
Oh no, it'll hover. You can hover it. You can go backwards with it. You can go sideways with it. I mean, it in the stabilized mode, it flies without all the positioning and controls like a Mavic. You steer it with the left stick, and But because if you push the right stick sideways, it'll go sideways. If you pull the right stick back, it'll go backwards.
Yeah.
The problem is you're viewing it through the camera like this. So that's where it just takes practice. And I was just flying 5-6 packs a day every day, at least every day. And at this point, I thought I was getting pretty good at it, and it just took. So I tried. Sometimes I would just push forward on a stick and go a lot faster. But this is the way to learn, and there's just no quick way to learn this other than just putting the time in with it.
The only way to learn is just do it. Yep.
And if you run it, the nice thing about it is if you happen to run it into your head, it doesn't hurt. I mean, you just can't hurt the thing. But anyway, there I actually landed it back on the table.
Wow, good job.
Nice job.
But that I'm a beginner at it too. But I am at the point now where I go out and fly in the acro mode and do split S's and power loops and all that. But I don't like diving gaps and diving through trees and everything. I still like to be up high. Altitude is your friend.
I tell you, some of these guys I watch, like EBR, FPV, and there's several of them that are Centroid. Mark's amazing. He is amazing with it.
Because he and I started about the same time, but he just went at it from a different angle that I.
Yeah, he spent like 3 or 4 months just doing the simulation.
I have too. I still fly the simulator even now. And that's how I practice all the strange maneuvering, the round split S and the big loops and all that, and diving through obstacles. You really can learn them on the simulator and gain the confidence to actually take them out with the real drone, which if you crash doesn't reset itself instantly.
Yeah. And Ed Ricker's another amazing pilot. He flew at Spin Up last year. He did an FPV demonstration.
But most of these guys have been doing this for years, and you and I have been doing it for months. So
weeks.
And we're old. And we're old too, which makes it harder. When you're a young kid,
not Mr. Steel caliber yet, right?
Yeah, when you're a young kid that has cut his teeth on video games, and you popped out of the chute with a controller in your hand, that's why these young kids excel at the drone racing, which none of us at our age could ever develop the reflexes necessary for that.
Yeah, I have a hard enough time walking nowadays.
That's how men evolved. They keep changing, so that's why they got these muscle memory now. They're born with it.
Yeah.
Most of you know Colin, my wife's grandson. I bought him a drone, and he was getting into it. And I mean, he all of a sudden he's outgrown it. It seems like he just isn't interested in it anymore. But man, it was just amazing how quickly he was able to pick it up, and like Mitch said, he playing Xbox all the time, so he knew how to do that stuff.
That's right.
If I get my drone flying towards me and I want to go right, I'm always going the opposite direction.
Well, I'm lucky because I've been an RCer for all my life. So I actually have less trouble flying on line of sight because I'm so used to the reverse direction of when it comes back at you. I've been doing that all my life. And that's actually ingrained in me that I enjoy flying these. The problem with the drones, though, is that it's not easy to get orientation with them. They don't have a tail sticking out the back where you can say, okay, that's the back of the drone. Even the RC helicopters have a tail, and so you pretty well know where the front of the thing is. You want to, Rodney? I don't want to bore you with this stuff, but I actually have a goggle capture here of my first. I think it's my first acro flight outdoors with that little tiny hawk.
Well, yeah, you go ahead and put it up. But before you do, after we share this, I'm probably going to go ahead and end the stream because I got to go get my chores done. But go ahead and get it ready.
All right, I'm ready. But you don't have
All
to you don't have to do this if you don't have
Oh,
time.
no. I'm not. I need to get off, but I'm not in a big hurry to do it right now.
Okay. All right. At any rate, this is out at our Model Airplane Club flying field, and you see over there on the right hand side there where it says air. That means the acro mode, and I fly it out here at the field. It's big and wide open, and there's not a lot to hit, but it is a different kind of flying because you do bank it and you do angle it around, and this is just what I'm doing to learn. Nothing fancy, no acrobatic maneuvers, just trying to make sure I can keep the thing in the air and getting used to the way it feels in the goggles. So at any rate, that's I won't bore you. Let me skip ahead on this a little bit, see if there's anything monumental happening.
Range on that.
It's not real powerful. The radio range is okay, but it's only got a 25 milliwatt VTX in it. So you're going to start to get static in the goggles when you get a couple hundred yards away from it. The bigger drones that I'm flying now have 800 milliwatt transmitters and long range receivers, and you can go out miles with those things. But to just start out, this is all you need. And you notice over here that it says the flight time is just turning 3 minutes there. And my battery is about getting ready to land. But that's a progress of learning at a steady pace without wrecking any drones or continuing to crash all the time.
Yep.
Whereas
that's the hard part, not crashing.
Yeah, and you're going to crash if you try to keep pushing the envelope. And Mark at Centroid, that's how he learned. He didn't care if he crashed or it didn't matter to him. He was going to learn how to do all this daredevil stuff. Me, I'm exactly the other way around, and I think it's Mel. You'll understand this, having built a lot of model airplanes in your time. You fly with the priority being conserve the airplane.
Yeah.
Too much work to build it.
Yep.
Anyway, that's my advice.
Thanks for sharing that, Mitch.
Oh, you're welcome.
So anyway, guys, I'm going to have to call it quits on this. I want to thank you all for being on the panel today. We do appreciate it. Always a pleasure to have you on. Jack, welcome. This is your first time that I know of that you've been on any panel.
Well, I was on the Canadian Drone Hub once.
Oh, were you? Okay. So
yeah.
This is not your first go-around. First go-around anyway.
Yeah, it's the first go-around on Saturday morning with Rodney.
Well, hope to see you again.
Thank you, Rodney.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to meeting you at Spin Up.
I'll be there.
I hope so.
He will.
I hear.
I'll be there, or I wasted a lot of money because the hotel and Spin Up and everything's already paid for.
Yeah, me too. I booked my flight Tuesday.
Oh, I'm gonna drive down.
Well, I don't have that kind of time off to be able to drive. I would love to drive down because then I could bring all of my drones.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to fly. I'll have my Spark with me anyway.
There you go.
I hear Jim Crennan's going to be there.
Jim Crennan's hotel is on me. Yep. I opened up. The hotel rooms are suites. They've got actually a bedroom and a sleeper sofa. They'll take 4 adults.
Yeah. Are you staying at the Residence Inn or one of the other ones?
I'm staying right there next door. There's 2 of them on the website, on the Spin Up website.
Yeah.
And I picked one and booked a room at it. I don't even know which one it is.
Right,
I have to go back. I'll have to walk into each one and say, yeah, I think I got a room booked here.
So I'm gonna be flying in Thursday night. So.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get an early flight out on Friday, but the earliest flight they had was 5 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little
So
late.
huh?
So that's a little late.
Yeah. So I decided to fly out Thursday night at 5 and then get there and then have all day Friday and to meet up with like Drone Bum and
Yeah.
everybody else that's going to be there. Chris Hope,
Yeah.
which I got to meet last
and,
Saturday. Me and him hooked up while I was in McKinney, Texas, and
Yep. And you drove right by me. Yeah. Uh-huh.
now I didn't drive. Huh? I
Huh?
flew.
Oh, I thought you guys were driving on that vacation.
No.
Oh.
Believe me,
Okay.
if
Forgiven.
we'd have been driving and I had known you was there, I would have definitely stopped because you are one guy I do want to meet.
Well, if you were driving anywhere between Texas and Northeast, I'm on the way no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you're either in Tennessee or, well, here lately you've been everywhere.
Yeah. But
You
right
might
now
be
I'm in
like,
Arkansas, and if I take this other job, I might be everywhere again.
oh,
It's
well,
site survey for a solar installation company.
okay. So you're going to be doing the kind of same thing you were doing out in California.
Yeah, I'll be doing site surveys on property and houses and whatever that this company's going to be looking at. It'll be part of the solar install deal if somebody wants to get solar put on their house or their business.
Uh-huh.
They've got site surveyors they send out to do a survey and look at the roof and the trees and the streets, and so I'll be doing aerial imagery of all that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to be the POC?
Yeah.
Or is it PIC?
PIC.
In command?
Yeah. Yeah. Each, I don't know how many other drone pilots they have. I know they have other site surveyors. I don't know how many of them are flying drones. They actually had an ad on Indeed, that job search website.
Yeah.
And they were looking specifically for a drone pilot. So
cool.
I sent them an email, told them I've been flying radio controlled aircraft of some sort or another for over 40 years. And I've been flying drones about 5 years and commercially for a little over a year.
Yeah, and you probably got some good references from that company out in California.
They ain't got diddly squat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not very nice.
Diddly squat. Who's a watch it?
Who's a what?
Yeah. So, but the guy replied back. He said, "Yeah, man, send me your email. Send me your resume. I'm very interested in talking to you." I said, "Okay, cool."
Cool.
So hopefully something will get going next week.
Well, good luck.
Otherwise, I'll be starting a Patreon page on my YouTube channel.
Well, thanks for having me, Rodney. Always a pleasure to be with you guys, and nice to meet you, Jack. And Peter and I are old buddies, and Trev and I are old buddies, and Bill and I are old buddies. So good to see you guys again.
Well, Mitch,
likewise.
Thank you for being on, and sorry I don't make your streams, but I have to reserve my nights for my wife.
That's nice of
Otherwise,
you,
you know how it is.
Yeah, no problem. You can't make them all.
That's right.
Sure, I can't make them all, and I hope people aren't insulted when I'm not around there.
That's exactly right. So, Mitch, Trevor, Peter, Jack, Rodney, thank you. I'm going to click out so that the other guys can click out.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
See you guys later,
brother.
Yep, I'm going to click out.
All right, Trevor. Have a good one, man. See you next
Trevor.
week.
Bye, Pete.
Have a nice
Bye,
day, guys.
Jack.
Bye, Jack. Bye, Rodney. Nice to be here again.
Bye, Peter.
Okay.
Have a good one.
All right. Bye.
Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining the stream, being in the chat. Do appreciate it. Hope you come back next weekend. Hope we didn't bore you too much. Next weekend, there's not going to be any Vegemite taste test because the Vegemite's going to be on its way to the UK to Daddy of 13. So that ought to be a good one because his whole family is going to taste it. So y'all have a good weekend. And this is Rodney. I'm out of here.